Welcome to the new episode of Neuro Business School podcast, and today we have a special guest, Sasha, who is a host on his own podcast and a social media influencer and blogger. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi everyone. So please, could you tell us more about yourself? What you're actually doing? Who are you?
So I'm living in Barcelona for almost 2 years. But I don't know, I think you told about me. Like, I'm blogger. I have my own podcast about Spain. I'm just living here.
Perfect.
My best life.
So basically the topic of our podcast today is how did you move to Barcelona? How it is in general the life of the immigrant here in Spain, how it feels maybe for the students, or not just for the students, for the people who want to move here and live. And the first question is, what kind of difficulties you met when you decided to come here?
Actually, I decided to come here by accident, so it wasn't like special. I didn't plan that. I moved because of war. So when war was started between Russia and Ukraine, I was really in shock. But I had flight tickets to Turkey, so I flew away and started to wait, like for 1 month, for 2 months, because I thought like it would be much faster, some solution or something, and I can return. But as we all know, nothing good happened.
Yeah.
So when I was in Turkey, I felt like, okay, I have no place to go and I need to decide where should I move next. So I started to do some research and I find that in Spain there are opportunity for gays from Russia to have a asylum, or how it calls, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I decided to try because I had my own blog. I had Instagram profile about gay life in Russia. So it was kind of dangerous before. And yeah, to continue over more. So I decided to try to go to Spain to ask that asylum. So yeah. And because I didn't plan that, I had like about 1 month to prepare, and I already was not in Russia. So I sold my stuff remotely, and that's it. So I had not really much documents or something, so I just came without any preparation. I mean, I think maybe it is a difficulty. Maybe it was a bit easier for me because I didn't like say goodbye to anyone or something. So I just decided when I was already not in Russia. So I just came.
Yeah, okay. And have you checked maybe other European countries, like other options, if not Barcelona? Because, okay, you're in Turkey, you're in a rush, you have lack of time to decide to which country you want to move. And then what were other options?
I was thinking mostly about Barcelona because I had some friends here, and also because I knew about this opportunity to have an asylum. I know that it's possible to have it in different countries as well, but because I had some friends and because I had some people who could help me or something, I decided to go here. Also, I was thinking about like my budget, about climate, about some stuff. So I don't think it was really deep investigations, but yeah.
And currently, like not currently, but before moving to Barcelona, apart from that support from the friends and the feeling that you already know someone in the city, about the cultural aspects of Spain and living in Spain, about the how the people behave on their daily basis, and maybe about the culture of architecture, theaters, and stuff. Was it an important point for you to decide?
No, because it was like extremely weird situation when I needed to decide it like fast, because I had just my savings. I had some income from my blog, but because of war, all the advertisement market was stopped, blocked, died, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any income for 5 months, and I had like thoughts, okay, I don't have any income. I have my savings and it's burned like fast.
So yeah, you've been kind of in panic. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I just didn't have a time like to Google what theaters are here or something. So
okay.
yeah.
And right now, when you already have an experience living here, and basically the style of life is quite different from our home. So, do you have any regrets, or was it difficult for you to adapt yourself, your behavior to the way people are living here?
I mean, I guess that firstly, my blog was helping me because I was surrounded by a lot of good people who wanted to help me on my first steps. And it was like, it made things much easier. So I feel like I'm really lucky because I don't think it's really good idea to move to another country, to another city without any information and without I wasn't here before in Spain in general and in Barcelona. So I feel like it's not really big chance to hit the point,
Yeah.
right? So yeah. And now when I'm here and I feel like okay, I'm in the right place and all things are good. I feel like I'm really lucky because yeah, like I said, it wasn't like a big chance. Um, what about regrets? Of course, it's not a perfect city, but when I'm thinking about different countries, different cities, I'm not sure I can find a better place to live.
And what about the pace of the pace of life? Because, in my opinion, here everything is like maybe 10 times slower than back home. Was it the point of irritation you, or maybe was it annoying for you, or you just easily adapted to it, that it's not that super fast as we got used to?
For me, I'm not sure. I'm always heard like Moscow is really fast city. Moscow like push you and something, but I never felt it. I'm from a different city, much
Smaller.
smaller, and when I moved to Moscow, I never felt like okay, now I got to run. Now I have to run or something. So because I had my own blog and all of my friends were bloggers or something, we never had fast life. We lived our best life in there as well. So I felt okay, I can wake up whenever I want, go to sleep whenever I want, do whatever I want. So for me, it wasn't like, okay, I was in a rush all the time and now I can be slower. So as I was slow person in Moscow, I'm still slow person here.
Yeah, but here no one, I suppose, judge you because, for instance, in Moscow, some people could get jealous and maybe to try to tell you, oh, you need to be faster, or just because they can't afford such lifestyle. And it is basically a benefit of you leading the social media that allows you to live in any kind of country, any kind of city, and adapt your pace of life firstly to yourself,
Yeah.
and only then to look at the background, what's going on actually for the average society and people who live
Yeah,
here.
exactly. So I always had my own rhythm, and I never felt like I need to go faster or something. And yeah, of course, for example, when I see people on the shop and they talking to each other like for 5 minutes, and I'm waiting for like, okay, when I can pay for my check or something. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I agree, but I got used to it for like because I'm living here for 1.5 years. So I just told myself, okay, don't try to change it, but just move.
Accept and move.
Yeah,
Relax. I have after like 1 year, I have the same outcome. I won't be able to change the whole country, all the people who live in there.
Yeah.
And it's my goal to adapt and just accept it how it is, because there is no way I can change it.
It's perfect way.
Definitely. And how do you think and how do you feel about the languages here? Because it's Europe, and there is a stereotype that the European countries are also quite comfortable with English speaking. But have you felt this language barrier when you moved here? Because Spain is not that well known for the perfect English, for instance, for the communication.
Actually, I don't know why, but mostly I use Russian in here. So when I just moved, I've met a lot of Russian people because of my blog. again, and I never felt like, okay, I need to go somewhere to meet new people, to make new friends, because I was surrounded by a lot of people already. And I never felt like I need to improve my English. As I told you before we started to record it, I actually don't use it
That
much.
much.
Yeah, so what about Spanish?
Yes.
I started to learn it like 1 year ago, but when I met some stuff like Lola, like articles.
Yeah, our articles, yeah, before the words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and when after that, those articles begin to different things like Damelo or something. Yeah, I decided to stop.
To quit, okay.
Yeah, to quit. So I didn't learn anything for 1 year, but in this August, I was in Camino de Santiago, and when I decided to go there, I felt like, okay, I need to start learning again because, okay, English could be enough in Barcelona if you just move here and you don't have any friends. It's easy to find them in English, but if you go like deeper in the country for Camino or something, definitely you need to know Spanish as well. Yeah, it would be much better.
And about the society, you told that it was easy for you to find some friends already there, and you've been always surrounded by people you somehow know, or at least speaking the same language. But during the like this year and a half, do you have any local friends, or maybe no, no one? Okay,
No.
so basically, it's like you find the people with similar stories, the same immigrants who want to connect together and be like in their own society, because I suppose it's also help us to feel a little bit more like home.
Yeah, of course. When I just came, I didn't push myself to find any locals because I felt okay, I'm already in a new country. There is a lot of new things. So it would be much better to meet people to whom I can talk about my own problem or something and they will understand me. So yeah. And then after 1 year, I felt okay, maybe it's better to start
Making new
new
connections.
friends, new connections, right? But it's hard when you already have your own social circle in Russian. Firstly, it's hard to integrate them,
Yes, for sure.
and secondly, I've met a boyfriend, so he's Russian as well. So it's much harder to make new friends when you in a relationship.
That's true. And do you feel, for instance, for the future, if you would like to stay in Spain like for a longer period of time, if it's not a short term, is it, for instance, necessary to have some local friends
I guess yes.
for deeper integration into the society or
Yeah,
into the local
yeah.
society? Yeah.
I would like it because I feel like it's necessary to be part of the country, and that's why I'm learning Spanish right now. But even if I have like A2 level, it's not enough to communicate.
Sure.
It's enough to speak on the street to understand some words, but it's not enough to make new friends. So hopefully I will improve it
Yes.
for
Yes.
like 1 year more and I will start to do something. I hope so.
And if we're talking about like future plans, do you think that the Barcelona is your final destination, as it could be your second home, or for instance, you would like to stay here for a while and then maybe try in other countries or cities?
I would never say like it's my place forever, just in case, just because I don't know how
Yeah,
my
it's
life
it's too
will be.
outwards, of course.
Yeah, but in general, no, I don't have any plans to move out of here because actually I'm really like Barcelona. So for
Okay.
me, it's again not perfect city, but I can't imagine like different city where I can live.
The same comfortable
Yeah.
lifestyle, for sure. And for you, as a creative person, as a person who connected with the social media and doing the content, is the whole atmosphere of Barcelona helps you because it's quite creative. There are lots of beautiful things outside, and maybe it could be inspiring for you to produce more content or to create something new because you're surrounded with the same mind people, and also in such beautiful city.
Yeah, yeah. For me, it is inspiring because firstly, it's sunny, and any bloggers would tell you like if there is sun, you can make much more good content. It's like for the mood, firstly, for the light as well. So yeah, after Moscow, when like it's dark at 3 p.m., it's much better. Um, what else?
Let's talk about benefits and disadvantages, because you mentioned that Barcelona is a great city, but not the perfect one. And I think each city has their own benefits and also some stuff we don't really like. So if you could, for instance, to create the top three which you like the most, and then top three that could be most inconvenient for you.
I like firstly climate. Secondly, I guess it's the fact that the city is small, and I would never tell before like I would like to live in a small city. But now when I got used to it, when I feel like all of my friends living around me in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Also, I started to ride a bicycle. I bought one. So for me now, city absolutely different, and I would never want to live in different city, bigger city, for example Madrid, because I can't ride a bicycle
Yeah.
as often as I do it here. So yeah, it's first, and second, and third thing is, I guess, I'm not sure. I in general I like Barcelona. Let me think.
So we have climate. We have
Small.
that the city is quite small. It's really convenient to ride it. Like in 30 minutes, you can cross the whole city. Yeah.
I mean, I guess the sea and the mountains as well. It's really good benefit for the city. And compared to Moscow, it's like much better to have such a nice nature
Yes.
around us. So yeah, I guess it's my third point.
And what about the disadvantages? Something.
It's easier.
Yeah. What like annoys you the most?
Firstly, I guess it's medicine, because it's really hard to get an appointment for to visit a doctor. And like I'm struggling a lot because I felt I had some problems with my health, and I'm only 27. So when I have some problems now, it's not urgent, but still I
Yeah.
want to fix it. And sometimes I'm thinking, okay, now I'm 27. What about like 60? What can I do? Like wait for half year?
Half of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. So it's really big minus for me. Um, I guess rubbers. It's second thing, because rubbers like just stole my bike, my bicycle. Yeah, but I got it back.
Yes, the
Could I
main
say that?
thing we need to mention that you solved it, and I mean you're, I think, super lucky that
Yeah.
you managed with it. But yeah, everything went out okay.
Yeah,
But yeah, not everyone is that lucky. So
yeah, of course. I have a lot of stories, a lot of friends who missed something because of thieves.
Yeah.
So yeah. And third, I guess it's tourist for me. Maybe it would sounds like weird
Yeah,
from
yeah.
me, because okay, I'm not local as well, but I mean I'm talking about tourists who come for like 10 days or something, because real estate market is growing up because of them. It's much,
Like the streets are overcrowded with people.
yeah,
It's hard, and it depends. Like usually it depends on the area. And for instance, if you want to move around the city center without any like thoughts that someone start to like to push you, or there's gonna be a lot of people, it's hard. And for instance, I can imagine riding a bicycle like somewhere not like near the city center, but sometimes, especially during any kind of holidays, it's getting crazy.
yeah, it's awful.
And for me, I thought that during that because now it's basically low season, there's gonna be like less people. But no, every year, especially after pandemic, there is no low or high season. It's always insane amount of people on the
Yeah,
streets.
yeah. It's overcrowded.
Yeah, and for instance, for if you're talking about the real estate, is it more comfortable for you, for instance, to live here a little bit north in the city center and then move just by riding a bicycle to the city center? Because for the living and for the flat, it's more convenient to live in something area which is more quiet, you know, without this like crazy amount of people on the streets. Or you would prefer to like live in the like epicenter of the life?
I prefer to live when I'm living. Actually, I'm living at Eixample, so I guess it's a perfect point,
Place,
perfect
yeah.
place, because it's not really far away from the city center. Actually, I guess it's city center
Yes,
as well,
yes.
but it's not overcrowded. So there is a lot of places that not full of tourists. So yeah, I think it's perfect place to live.
For sure. Let's do maybe about the local cuisine and the differences, the cultural one. So, was it like interesting for you to experience this local kitchen?
Not really.
Not really.
No.
So, isn't it like for you? Oh, I need to try like everything. What local I eating, or I don't know.
I tried by accident. So I came to some bar or restaurant, and sometimes I ordered something, but like it wasn't my goal to try all Catalan food, for example, because I feel a lot of South people, they eat something different. Like there is a lot of oil, a lot of some unhealthy stuff, in my opinion. But of course, there is a lot of seafood as well,
Yes.
and it's
It's nice.
quite
Sure.
great. Yeah, so it's really good. But for example, patatas bravas or pan con tomate, it's not my favorite dishes.
Okay, but in such case, is it easy for you, for instance, to find the food you got used to in the previous time? So, for instance, if you go to the like supermarket, is it possible to find everything you want to?
Not everything, not everything, but I'm really lucky because I have Russian shop
Yeah.
nearby. So it's about like 3 minutes by walking, and I can get whatever I want.
So there is not such a problem. For instance, if you're living in
No,
Barcelona, I think you can find any kind of cuisine here because
of course.
it's not only like the Catalan food, but there are lots of restaurants like Italian food, Chinese food. Basically, whatever you can think about in your mind, you will
Yeah.
find maybe.
Actually, it's hard to get a good sushi for me, but I found one. And I tried Philadelphia for the first time for 2 years.
Oh,
Like it was 3 days ago. I was really happy. I was missing it.
and I think when you move into different countries, you start to mention such little things. Like, for instance, I want to find the tasty sushi. And then it goes to the whole experience, you know, to the like memory that I found it, I tried it.
Yeah.
And living at home, we wouldn't pay attention. Oh, like we can order it. It's nothing special. In here, by such tiny things, you pay just more attention to these details.
Yeah.
To this like daily sun, and it's still for me, I can't say I got used to it. It's every like even after the whole year, I'm like, wow, it's like sun. It's sun every day, no matter like it's
Yeah. I was really happy just writing 10 minutes ago before we met. And I felt, wow, what a January.
yes, for sure. Like currently it's a January and it's more than 20 degrees outside.
Yeah, but actually, I've just read that it's not a really good thing for Spain because of climate changes.
Yeah.
But I was happy. And I was unhappy when it was rainy in the day when my bike was stolen.
Yeah.
But I know that a lot of people happy because of rain, because it's like
Yes, that's
dry
what-
season here or
That's
something.
what I wanted to mention. That here the rain it's so rare, so you always pay attention. Like, oh, it's the rain outside. Wow, it's like a special day because it's usually like lots of
the
sun.
main point is outside.
Yes, not when you're on the streets. And if we do some kind of an outcome, would you recommend to move to Barcelona, to move in Spain, and to have such experience of living here?
I guess I would recommend people to try, firstly, as a tourist, which I hate. But
And I'm sorry for the interrupting, but what amount of time do you think is needed to understand if it suits you or not? Because I don't think if you come here for like 1 week, you can really understand if the city is suitable for you.
I guess if you have really strong intentions to move here, it's better to try to live here for 1 month or something, because I guess 1 month is enough.
So just to make some kind of
Yeah, but it's my first advice. If you want to move here, just try it first.
to try if it suits you or not.
Yeah, because for me, yeah, it's perfect. But for someone, I know a lot of people who doesn't like Barcelona.
It's very personal. But in January, I suppose it's quite welcoming city, and there is no problem with immigrants or anything,
Yeah,
and you won't find any problems or struggles. So at least
maybe
to
a
try
little bit.
a little bit, but it's possible, to complete them and to make the step forward. So it won't like stop your whole life, or it's not like impossible.
Yeah. For example, I think it's like really big problem with the real statement. But
Basically, with all the prices, because first of all, lots of people think about Barcelona as home, but also lots of people think about as a destination for the traveling. And
yeah.
it is what you have to understand, that it's not just super peaceful life.
Yeah, but I wanted to say that even we have some problem here, I don't know any homeless friends. So
No.
everybody lives somewhere.
Yes.
So you will solve it.
Sure. And I think that's it for today. And I was really glad to welcome you here in our podcast. And it's your experience when you're not hosting, but when you're on the guest place. And I think it went perfectly and very smoothly. Just want to say thank you for coming. And thanks
Thank
for
you.
sharing all your experience and all the difficulties you met to move in Barcelona, and also all the benefits living here.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.